Have you ever felt like the world is judging you for something you can't control? That's what mental health stigma does every day. It makes people hide their struggles, stay quiet, and avoid asking for help. But what if we turn the silence into strength? According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 5 adults, over 1.5 billion people, live with conditions like anxiety, depression, or PTSD. Yet stigma, those whispers and cold stares, still keep them in the shadows. Today we share real stories proving mental health matters, and speaking up changes everything. Sarah's story. Ever wonder what it takes to stand tall when the world wants you to stay quiet? Meet Sarah, a 32-year-old teacher from Chicago. For years she battled depression in silence. Why? Because she once overheard colleagues call another teacher unstable for taking mental health leave. Fear of being labeled held her hostage. "I was drowning," Sarah recalls. "I'd smile at school, then cry in my car." One day, she confided in a close friend who gently pushed her to see a therapist. That first session? Terrifying. "I thought they'd judge me," she admits. Instead, she found compassion and tools to heal. Therapy gave Sarah the confidence to share her story. Today, she leads a support group for teachers, creating a safe place where others can talk freely. Her journey reminds us, speaking up isn't weakness. It's the first step toward change. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, reports that 60% of people with mental health conditions didn't seek treatment last year, many out of shame. Sarah's courage shows how one voice can spark a ripple of hope. Jamal's story. What happens when stigma collides with strength? For Jamal, a 25-year-old from Atlanta, anxiety was the hidden battle he carried in silence. Raised in a community where men don't talk about feelings, he believed toughness meant ignoring pain. But when panic attacks struck, racing heart, sweaty palms, overwhelming fear, he realized silence wasn't survival, it was suffering. Everything shifted when a cousin shared his therapy journey. "I realized I wasn't weak," Jamal says. "I was human." Therapy and online support gave him tools to heal. Today, Jamal uses social media to spark open conversations, proving that vulnerability is not weakness, it's true strength. Maria's story. Can one honest conversation change a life? For Maria, a 40-year-old nurse from Miami, the answer was yes. After years in a high-stress ER, she developed PTSD. Nightmares, flashbacks, and exhaustion haunted her daily. But as a Latina, she faced a cultural stigma. "We're supposed to be strong. Always," she explains. Her family dismissed therapy as for crazy people. Maria stayed silent until a coworker noticed her pulling away and shared her own therapy story. That single conversation opened a door. Maria found a trauma counselor, and for the first time she felt seen. "It was like lifting a weight off my chest," she says. Today, Maria speaks at community events, challenging misconceptions about mental health in Hispanic families. She shows that healing doesn't mean weakness, it means reclaiming your power. Alex's story. What if stigma wasn't the end of the story, but the beginning of something bigger? That's exactly what happened to Alex, a 19-year-old student from Seattle. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder at 16, Alex felt like the label swallowed their identity. People whispered, "They're just moody," Alex recalls. The stigma cut deep, leaving them isolated. But everything shifted when Alex joined a mental health club on campus. For the first time, they shared openly and felt embraced instead of judged. Inspired, Alex began blogging about life with bipolar disorder. Today, their posts reach thousands, offering raw, hopeful messages that help others feel less alone. A 2023 Lancet study found that communities encouraging open mental health conversations saw stigma drop by 20%. Alex's story proves that sharing isn't just healing, it's transformative. Your truth can inspire someone else's survival. Breaking the silence together. Ready to break the stigma yourself? Sarah, Jamal, Maria, and Alex prove that silence is where stigma grows. But silence can be broken. Their journeys show that mental health struggles are not the end of the story, but the start of change. And here's a fact worth holding on to. Every dollar spent on mental health treatment returns $4 in better health and productivity, according to the World Health Organization. That's not just numbers, it's lives saved, families healed, and futures restored. Change begins with you, one conversation, one action, one step at a time. In conclusion, why should we keep talking about this? Because every story shared chips away at stigma. Sarah found freedom, Jamal redefined strength, Maria changed her community, Alex inspired thousands. Together, they prove that mental health is not a weakness. It's simply part of being human. The more we speak, the more we listen, the more we share, the closer we get to a world where no one hides in silence. Let's carry their momentum forward. Share your truth, start a conversation, or simply offer a listening ear. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments for more inspiring and thought-provoking content.